So, there's something I want to talk about today, because I'm in a chatty mood. Anyway, so like, have you ever worked fast food? Because I work in fast food. Wow, that was crazy. Anyway, I work in fast food, and you know what? It sucks. Because, come on. It's fast food. People go there all the time, you're always busy, blah. You gotta wear these stupid uniforms. Come on. At McDonald's, where I work, we have pants, a belt, a shirt, and a hat. We even get a sweater if we want it, or a coat. We gotta order that shit, but whatever. And when you're working fast food, you gotta, when you start out, you're like, yeah, I have a job, I'm gonna have money, I'm gonna go out and do stuff. No. You never have the time. You're always tired. You never want to talk to people because you're sick of dealing with people. Yeah, that's how it is. And after a couple months, all you can think is, I hate my life. I hate my job. I hate people in general. It's retarded. Anyway, so when you're working in fast food, if you're on front counter, it's not that bad. Because front counter is usually really slow. There's never anyone that comes in there. And when it is, it's only during specific times of the day. Which isn't that bad, because then you know when to expect people, and you know when to expect being busy, and blah blah blah, right? And when you're at the presenting window, where in drive-thru, that's where you hand out to people their food, it sucks. You gotta get drinks together, you gotta get food together, you gotta put up with people taking their food from you. People look at you like, hey, where the fuck is my food? And you're like, well, I don't have it yet. And when you gotta park somebody because their food is gonna take 10 minutes to fucking cook, they get pissed off at you, like it's your fault. And it's not. Let me tell you something. It isn't our fault when you order a fish fillet and it takes 8 minutes to cook a fucking fish fillet. And when you're in the back drive, which is, you take orders on the headset and the drive-thru and take people's money at the same time, that shit is hard. You gotta multitask like a mofo. It's hard to listen to one person talking in your ear and try to count change and deal with people at the window who are trying to chat with you like they're all friendly and they know you and blah blah blah. And all you can think is, what the actual fuck am I doing here? There's a perk to back drive, because it makes time go by really fast, because you're not paying attention to the time, you're paying attention to people that come in through the window. And what I really hate in back drive is when someone comes up to the window and you hear the little beep on your headset, and you say, hi, welcome to McDonald's, how may I help you? You use that little blah blah blah, I'm so nice, I'm so polite voice, right? And no one answers. But you can hear their car there, and you can hear them talking to someone else in the car or on the phone or whatever, you can hear their music or whatever. And you ask it again after a few seconds. Hi, how may I help you? No answer. You wait a little bit longer, and then you ask again. And then they go, God, it's going to take a minute. And you're like, well, sorry you didn't answer the first time and tell me to wait because you didn't know what you wanted. It's not my fault that you didn't tell me you weren't ready to order. And another thing I really hate is when people come up to the freaking drive-thru and they order something, and when you ask, is that everything? And they say no. So you wait, and they order something else, and then you ask, is that everything? Because you're required to. You have to. It is your job to make sure they have everything they need or want, right? And then they sit there and think, and they go, and you're just like, well, is that everything? You're trying to be polite, you're not trying to lose your patience, you're not trying to be a dickwad. And then they decide, yeah, that's everything. And then you hit the button that sends the order to the front so people can make it. And then right as you hit that and tell them their total, they say, can I add something? And you're like, well, shit. Because you got to add it when they come up to pay. So they get all pissed off at you, and it's like, well, it's not my fault you forgot a fucking large Diet Coke. Or an ice cream cone. And one thing I really hate is when people ask, like, really dumb questions. You know, they say maybe, I don't know, they ask for a small Oreo McFlurry. And you tell them, well, we only have the snack sized or the regular sized. And they ask, well, how big is the snack sized? And it's only like 4 ounces. It's only like this big. It's really tiny. But they said they wanted a small. So, assuming they want a snack size. And then they go, never mind, I want the regular size. And the regular size is like 8 ounces. It's like this fucking big. And you're like, okay. So you put an Oreo McFlurry in, and they get all confused because we don't have small, medium, and large for McFlurries. Well, you know, we're not fucking Dairy Queen. We're fucking McDonald's. And when you're, like, trying to get food together for people, and you forget, like, ketchup in their bag, or sweet and sour sauce, or something, you know, and they go and sit there for, like, 10 minutes searching in their fucking bag for all their fucking stuff that they fucking ordered, and if something's fucking missing, they're gonna take it out all on you, and you gotta play the cool little, you know, polite crew member that says, I'm sorry, it's all my fault, even though it's not my fucking fault. Because, you know what? Most of the time, I'm not the one that bags your order. I'm not the one that puts it in the bags. I'm the one that gets your drinks ready to go, and then makes sure that you get everything you fucking need. And so, when it's my fault that you're missing one sweet and sour sauce, I get pissed. And then I treat the person behind you like fucking shit. And then they get mad at me. And it's like, well, it's not my fucking fault that the person before you was being a major ass. The other night I was at work, I was presenting, and this lady ordered a small coffee. Whatever. No cream, no sugar, and we had just made the coffee not even 10 minutes before. So I put it in a cup, you know, and I give it to her, and she sits there, pops the lid off. It's steaming, it's fresh, it's warm, there's nothing wrong with it, and she takes not even barely a little sip, and she looks at me, stares at me through the window until I come and walk up to her and open the fucking window, and she says, do you have any fresher coffee? And I said, I don't know, we just made that a few minutes ago. And she's like, I would like fresher coffee. So I said, okay, well, we can make you some fresh coffee, but it's going to be a few minutes, and the person behind you is waiting, if you would mind pulling forward. And she looks at me like, like coffee can just appear out of fucking nowhere. And so she pulls up, and I brew a fresh pot of coffee. I put it in a cup. I take it out there. And as I'm walking away from her car, I look behind me at her license plate, because you never know. People's license plates can say the stupidest stuff, or the funniest stuff, or the weirdest places that they come from. And her license plate says hissy fit. Yeah, it's true. She was a fucking hissy fit herself. So, yeah, working in fast food sucks. Because, look at that. Look at the little straight hair right there. Woo! And, you know, most people that have normal jobs that are better than us fast food workers, they have the same schedule every week, the same times, the same time they get paid, all that junk, and fucking, wow, my computer screen is really dirty, but you never know with fast food. You gotta go in and check fucking weekly when you work, and you never work the same days, the same times. You are always constantly working different days, different times, because they can't put together a schedule that makes it easier on us to work. You know, it's really hard to plan a fucking, like, social life when you have no idea when the fuck you're gonna be working. And when you do know when you're gonna be working that week, people are like, you already have plans for a specific day, but then you find out you gotta work. And then you gotta drop those plans, and then you hurt people's feelings, and then you disappoint people, and you feel like an ass, okay? And we get paid on specific dates, you know, like the 5th and 20th of every month. While my lucky bastard friends that work over at fucking Wendy's get paid every other Friday. So they get paid, and they have money, and they're like, hey, you wanna go out and do something? And it's like, I can't, I don't get paid for another 4 days. It's retarded. And fucking, if you show up without your belt or you're wearing, like, a sock that has pink on it, God forbid, you get made to clock out and you have to go home. And you miss out on however many fucking hours you got for that day. And then you get your paycheck and it fucking sucks, okay? And everyone at my McDonald's that I work at has been getting shitty ass fucking hours. You know? Like, they'll work 5 days in a fucking row and then they won't work any days for like 2 weeks. Because our managers can't seem to simply give us simple hours at simple times with time to give us like however many days to tell people, hey, I can't make it to this function. Wow, that was a weird hiccup. But I had to work on Halloween, and I love Halloween. It's my favorite day of the fucking year. I had to go to school, I got to wear my costume, and then I had to go to work directly after school at 4 fucking o'clock. You know how much of a pain in the ass it is to drive all the way across fucking town, get dressed, and then drive another 10 minutes to go to work? It sucks. And you get there, and you're allowed to wear your costume on Halloween at work. But the thing is, it can't affect your working. It can't get in the way. And I was Little Red Riding Hood, so I couldn't wear my cloak. So people kept asking me, what are you? What are you? What are you? And it's like, oh, I'm Red Riding Hood. And they're like, well, where's your little cloak? And it's like, I can't wear it because I'm working. Because, God forbid, part of my cloak might get in your giant fucking, like, soda. Another thing I hate is when people ask for an extra large. We don't have extra large anymore. We don't supersize our foods. We can get sued for supersizing our food. You know, people are like, I want an extra large, and then you hand it to them, and they're like, this is an extra large, and you're like, sorry, we don't have extra large, we have large. Wow, I'm talking really fast. You probably can't understand a word I'm fucking saying. But another thing that really bothers me about working in fast food is just how disrespectful people are to you. It's like, you work in fast food, I'm better than you. And it's like, okay, where do you work? And then they say they don't have a job. And it's like, so what, your parents pay for everything? Your boyfriend pays for everything? You got a sugar daddy? Are you a prostitute? I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care, because I'm doing my fucking job. And I would like a little respect for dealing with people like you all fucking day long. Anyway, so I will probably post another rant video next week or the week after. It depends on when I'm working, because, you know, it's Friday and I have no idea when I'm going to be working next week. Anyway, so I shall see you guys later. Come here, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, this is Tigger, by the way. Bye, Tigger. Say bye. Normally he's not allowed in my room because he likes to take massive dumps on my clothes. Anyway, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. He's like, I fucking hate you right now.